Hello everyone, hope you are well. Welcome to a new video by me, Beyond Astro K. I am going to be bringing you a video today which is the solar eclipse, which is in Libra at 21 degrees. It's happening the 14th of September 2023. Now this of course will this eclipse, solar eclipse, will be affecting everyone who is cardinal, so Libra, Capricorn, Aries and Cancer, especially if you're like the last degree. And you know, we're going through all this Libra themes with this solar eclipse, because with eclipses, they're very powerful, they're very potent, and it does bring like new beginnings. It also ushers in something new for our lives, and also there's something that's going to be eclipsed out of our lives. And it does depend on where it is with this eclipse is happening in your personal house chart. It will definitely be hitting it. I love, one thing I do like about when it comes to like new moons and anything that transits, especially if it's the outer planets as well. I like looking at my personal house chart. They call it Placidus. So you can find it on Astrology. You can find it on all websites that are astrologers. I'm not your usual average astrologer. I do it more to how I feel and what's going on. As you guys know, especially my followers, you guys know that I'm not your typical astrologer. Some people say I'm very weird, but I'm just doing something that I will enjoy doing, and hopefully you guys like it too. So yeah, so this is what eclipse brings. With the themes of Libra, it's about relationships, business and personal. It's also about the law, courts, and I feel that we're going to be seeing like a brand new beginning of seeing these themes. You know, we know what's going on in the world. I don't need to repeat it. You know, there's a lot of craziness that's going on, but and I think that's due to like the square to Pluto that's happening, because Pluto does rule like higher ups, and it does rule like basically just rules higher ups. If you guys know what I mean, it rules. It's prestigious. It's all what we know. What's happened with Pluto and Capricorn, guys. You know, Pluto and Capricorn is just doing its thing because time is running out. So just that like one last push in order to get what it needs to get. But also the world is changing as well around us. And I feel with this Libra full moon, this Libra solar eclipse, we will see more of that to come. And it does last for, it depends, it does last for 6 months to a year. Another thing I was going to say is that this eclipse will affect the Pluto in Libra generation, especially if you are born on the last decan as well. So it will affect the Pluto in Libra generation, 1971/72 to 1983/84. It will affect you. And like I said again, it will affect all the cardinal signs too. Again, look where it will affect you in your house chart, guys, because even though if you got sun, this is for sun, moon or rising, in your house chart, it might be in your 10th house, it might be in your 5th house, it might be in your 2nd. So wherever these eclipses are hitting Aries and Libra, it will hit these house placements too. I personally found that I found it more when I remember when the eclipses were in Sagittarius and Gemini, nearly 3 years ago, and it hit like it was like my 6th and 12th house, and guys, I felt it, and that's when I really believed more in the Placidus. I'm not saying I don't believe when it comes to natally, it does happen, but I feel that the second choice, or if you're not feeling it in your sun, moon, or rising, really look at the houses, because it really and truly does affect it. When I pulled out some cards for this solar eclipse, because it's a pretty powerful one, we still got that square to Pluto happening and all types of craziness, and I'm not one to predict what's gonna happen. I just go by my feeling, and I also go by what the cards are saying. I just know there'll be definite changes that happens within the home, within our lives, business and personal. There'll be changes within contracts. There'll be changes within the law, the court system. There'll be changes within ourselves, even ourselves physically. there'll be changes, of course, personally too. The cards I've pulled out, the first one is the Queen of Wands. So I think a lot of people may be embodying that more, maybe feeling a bit more stronger, maybe feeling that they can, a bit more powerful, they can take on the world. You could be a man or woman, it doesn't really matter. I feel that this Queen of Wands is actually a last deacon Pisces card. And what she's actually saying is that, just because there's certain things that's not happening within our lives, that we want it to go the way we want it to, we still need to push ahead, because, when one door closes, another one does open, and we should all be willing to just try and be as fearless as we can, because this eclipse is happening, it's hitting Aries too. It's got Aries energy as well. So I feel a lot of us may be going that sort of realm, that obviously this is definitely to do with our relationships, but I feel some of us may feel that we're not as, some of us may feel lonely, but we might feel that we need that sort of time alone to regroup, to have that strength in order to pursue like goals and aims. Some of us may even feel that it's time to move on from a path and pursue something that's pretty radical and quite different. And the fearlessness that some of us may be feeling, it can shock people, but ultimately and essentially it's the path that we need to go on. So yeah, there's definitely an energy of fearlessness that's coming. We have the Seven of Wands, which can actually block us in a way. We may find that we have to put a lot of work and effort into moving forward, into like our chosen path. Some of us may even feel blocked when it comes to like it's like projects, when it comes to like our work life, our career changes. It could be people that are higher ups, there could be blockages there. But again, these are wands, so it's like, keep pushing. The wands cards are very creative cards too. So some of you may, and also because Libra is a very creative sign, some of you may even find like a new different outlet. Remembering that Libra is a cardinal sign, so it's about initiating new action. So some of you may even feel that even if you've got like a talent, you may have to put a lot of work in, not only into your relationships, but also into your goals, setting new goals. Obviously with eclipses, they do say you mustn't set new goals and intentions because they're potent, and I never do anyway. It's not something I've always done. I've never thought to do it. It's just a personal thing. It's not even a personal thing. I just never thought of doing anything on the eclipse. Some people do. It's entirely up to you. I'm not here to say you shouldn't. But I just like to see what happens. So yeah, I think it's good to have intentions in your head, but also just to see what happens as well. Speaking of what happens, the last card we have is a Sun card, which is a Leo card. And Leo and Libra get on very well. This card is about creativity. It's about newness. It's also about children. It's also to do with the sun shining on us. But I'm also picking up that things will work out in the end. We just have to go through those little niggles sometimes in life in order to get ahead. I feel that this solar eclipse in Libra with the sun card is saying that, of course it's going to be shining a light on like our relationships, but personally I think our personal goals will need to be shine a light on. Libra is about others. It's about, when it comes to relationships, it's about sometimes Libras can sacrifice their own happiness for others, and I feel some of us may want to shine our own light on ourselves in a very un-Libra way, but it's like I want to know what I'm about. Maybe we want to find ourselves a bit more too. So I feel like the sun card is like shine this light on, okay, I've been doing this for a lot of people that I love, but what about me? So we might be definitely working on like our projects, our creativity, ourselves, our physical body, how we look, not being afraid to step into the limelight as well, remembering that Libra is cardinal. Okay. So guys, those are the cards for the Libra solar eclipse and my 2 cents worth. And let's get into the signs because I can talk all day about this. So of course we start with Aries because of course this is going to be affecting you. This is in your 7th house, and I feel with this eclipse, you're gonna be seeing definitely like personal changes which happens in your personal relationships. It's like everything I said in the beginning, Aries, if you can just rewatch it because it's gonna really it's gonna affect you, but it can also do it's gonna be very much a life-changing moment for you. This eclipse, I feel, because it's to do with like the 7th house, it's gonna be like the physical as well. So I feel that you're gonna be starting like a brand new journey, a brand new beginning, not just your relationship, but something physical within your body. And I feel your career, there could be definitely big changes within your career. And you're the first sign of the zodiac. You're very fearless, so I feel you definitely will go gong ho with this. Anything that sort of touches like the 1st and 7th house is going to be major, and some of you may even feel this brand new beginning happening even now. So the card that I've brought out for you, because I forgot to say I brought out oracle cards. So the card that you have, Aries, is ground yourself. It's not easy to ground right now, Aries. It's not easy to ground. You're a fire sign. Libra's your opposite ear. Libra is a bit more grounded than you, but with you, you're all about moving forward very quickly. I feel that the changes that you're going to be seeing and feeling between now and the next 6 to 12 months, you may want to push really hard. You may want to just go quickly with it. But when it says ground yourself, this card's a beautiful card to look within. I feel that there's some aspects of your life and your relationships, business, personal, that you'll need to relook at, that you need to just slow down on before you just push ahead, before it's about asking questions then acting later. In some instance, you may want to just go forward and ask questions afterwards, but I think in some cases, especially when it comes to like your professional, it's about asking questions and looking and seeing within, and and I feel that you'll know when to take action. Action is a abode for this eclipse for you, Aries. And yeah, it's a big one. I mean, obviously, like I said, I can't tell you what exactly is going to be happening because you just never know. But I feel if anything does leave, something will be, anything leaves your life, there's something that's going to be coming in as well. But the ground yourself card is also showing me that, take your time in making any major decisions and really look at the small print. Don't forget to look at the small print as well. Okay. Hello, my Taurus. How are you? This is a major one in a way because you got eclipse, your last eclipse happening for you, Taurus, in your 1st house, end of this month. So I feel you're probably gearing up, but still that'll be the last one in your sign. But still, this is in your 6th house. This eclipse is a Venus eclipse, and you're ruled by Venus. I'll say that in a way. I would say that you and Libra, you're very similar. I feel that sometimes in a Venus relationship, whether it's with Taurus and Libra, the relationships tend to last very long, even though it's an inconjunct because of that Venus connection. But I feel that you're gonna be. This is about your health, your wellness, your work life, your pets, and there's gonna be changes that happens here. I feel that if you're gonna be doing anything, I think that if you're gonna be looking to get a pet. Obviously, you may want to get one with your partner. You may have discussions with your partner. You may also look to work, or not look to work, but because even if you're looking or something comes in, it might be that you're working with people that are very sort of like Venus, like yourself. It might be, I feel that some of you, if you are looking for a job, you may be seeking somewhere that is more Venusian, a bit more, not too somewhere quite nice. But definitely there's some changes that's going to be happening within your work life. Obviously, fingers crossed, because I'm always like trying to look for the best. But I feel that if you are not even like wishing, but if you are looking for something that is not so stressful, you may find it with this. In terms of like your health and wellness, this is a great time to be looking at what you're eating, because you're Venus ruled like Libra. You guys tend to like lots of rich foods, sweets, and nothing wrong in it. But you may feel that, you know, your body may be rejecting that. So you may be cooking a bit more healthier, but the food still has to taste nice, okay? And if you are looking to do, you know, even like might be doing like a new workout regime, it's great to be doing it in a group setting, or it's good to do it with a friend. You know, if that's not, because some Tauruses actually like working out by themselves. So if that's not possible, it's good to work out to something that doesn't make you feel like you're working out, and something that's quite pleasant, whether it's walking or slight slow dancing, weightlifting. Some of you may start to weightlift as well. Yeah, that's what I see for a lot of you, Taurus. But also, if you've got any like health issues, you may also get to the bottom of it too. So the card that you have is Temporal Criticism, which actually very strange. Strange but not strange, because the sixth house is a Virgo house. And Virgos are known to criticize. So you may be, you know, when it says temporal criticism, there's lots of things I feel a lot of you Taurans are looking for, and you will get. Because I think the Venus energy will help, especially if the eclipses come in. But also you may be quite critical of it, like, oh, the doctor said I need to like work out with this, I'm not really sure, or you know, why must I do this and why must I do that? You may be a little bit critical. So actually it's a good card for you. The six, like I said, the sixth house is a Virgo house, so there may be a big element like, you know, this thing that you have to change. You may criticize it, so you don't have to do it, or you might have to get out of it. See what happens. See what happens. You just never know. Try out that new workout regime. Try that new food. Try out that new job. You know, because you're a sign that used to staying with the same thing. But, you know, it's about trying things. You know, even if you criticize it, still try it. Okay? Hello, my Gemini. How are you? So, Gemini, you're going to enjoy this, especially if you're like late degrees Gemini. This is going to be in your fifth house, fun house, house of fun and pleasure. It's also a house that is of children, creativity, you know. Again, you should remember I spoke about the sun card, Gemini, so listen out for that. So yeah, it's a good house, really fun. And for a lot of you Geminis who thought you was creative, you might feel actually I can. It could be a form of manifestation, but it's that you might actually find your niche. You might actually find your peeps. You might actually find your group. You might actually find that, you know, there's certain people that are on the same wavelength, and you might want to just be around them a bit more. They could be younger than you, or they could be your age or older but act young. That brings something different within you too. So, you know, really look out for that. If you are single, you're dating, you might get a lot of admirers now. You can be really flirting up a storm. Remember the 5th to 11th house as well. So that's showing that there is going to be a lot of you know, friendships. Like a friend can become a lover, and a lover become a friend. That type of thing happening. But also, you know, you know, the 5th house is with like fertility and children, and so that could be a major thing that's happening in your life. A child could really transform you, especially if you're dating someone and that happened. It could really transform your ways of thinking. But you know, even that how you dress can change. Like you might have like, you change your hair into like different color, and you know, some of you may find yourself just refining yourself a bit more, going to like nice restaurants and just meeting up with new people. And it feels like the world is your oyster. You know, even you Geminis might find that, you know, your tastes are just different now. Like even how you talk and who you surround yourself with. They might be on a different type of like social scale type of thing. So the card that you have, Gemini, which is such a fun time for you, is explore your ancestry. Even though ancestry is, and it's also a 13 card, which is the death card. So when it says explore your ancestry, I feel that you might be going a bit deeper within. You might be finding yourself a bit more. Ancestry is also definitely about family and past family links. So that could be a theme too. You could get creative with that. But also the death, this is because this is within the death card, it is showing me that there's something that is deep that's going to be coming out to the open. Again, it could shock people, it could even shock yourself, but it's also you're bringing something new to the table. Whether it's darker leanings or that just like new beginnings, it's going to be coming out to the surface. You're going to be spreading your wings, you're going to be leaving out an oldness to bring out a newness. That's why I talked about, you're going to be refining yourself. Remember, Libra is your 5th house. But yeah, I feel that you're going to be going on like a big adventure. Remember, this is going to be happening until like 2025. So a lot of adventures happening for a lot of you Geminis, and I look forward to hearing what happens. Hello, my Cancer. How are you? So Cancer, this solar eclipse is going to affect you. Especially if you're 20, it's your last degree Cancer. Okay, it's going to really affect you. It's going to affect all Cancers. But this is in your 4th house, which is, the Cancer house. So this is to do with your ancestry, your home life, moving home, your security, how you take care of yourself as well, your lineage. And obviously this is to do with like the home, this is to do with family. So this new solar eclipse, it can bring changes there. It can bring you wanting to move closer to a home that you used to live in. It can bring in a new addition to the family. You can find yourself like cooking more and redecorating, really refining your home. Some of you, if you are doing it could be definitely, remember it's the 10th house as well, the 4th and the 10th house axes. So this can show that there is going to be some changes. Some of you Cancers are very, how can I put it, very ambitious because you're all about security. But this solar eclipse is like making you tend more to family now. The one we had 6 months ago was in your career house in Aries. And, some of you flew, some of you were shining. Remember, excuse me, the nodes are in your 10th house. So you guys are shining anyway. But this eclipse is like, okay, even though you are shining, you are still having to tend to home. This is actually great for some of you Cancer. If you're thinking about starting up like a home business, working closer to home, especially if you have a new addition to the family, whether it's for foster care or adoption, or you're giving birth, or someone's living with you, you may want to be, you may feel that sort of like family connection, and you just want to just be more closer to home, but you still need to like make an income. So it's about I feel some of you may be looking deeper. You could be looking deeper into the past, but looking deeper like what your deeper longings have been for a while, and what you've always wanted to do, what you've always wanted to create. And you might decide, you know what, I'm going to do this now. Obviously it's to do with security, but it's like, but I've got the goods. Why can't I do it? So I'm going to start it. And some of you may feel a little bit insecure because you might not think deep down, you might think, oh, I haven't got the right people that can help me. And it's about starting it, Cancer, putting your work out there and seeing what happens, seeing who actually looks at your work. Remember, we live in the age of social media now, so a lot of people have got their work online, obviously backing it up, but a lot of people got their work online. So, make those steps to put your stuff out there, because you just never know who. So a lot of you could start like a home business, which is really great. A lot of you could, and it doesn't have to be home, it could be like a decoration business, or some of you could be buying and selling a home. You may be visiting family more as well. It feels very much like a deeper longing that's happening here. But essentially, I feel a lot of you want to be closer to home now. So the card that you have, Cancer, is Love Your Body. And it's a 21 card, which in the tarot is the... Yes, it's the World card. So when it says love your body, even the fourth house is to do with self-care. So I feel that a lot of this is saying it's time to really take care of yourself now, regardless of what's happening within your family, your structure, your work life. Really take care of yourself. Take care of your emotional self, because this eclipse, because you're ruled by the moon, eclipses even affects you too, Cancers, and it can affect your body. It can affect your whole system. So really don't forget to take care of your body. A lot of you may be on a roll. A lot of you may be getting a lot of opportunity. Even though it squares you, you can still gain a lot of opportunities. And sometimes when we get in opportunities where it's tangible, we can forget the other things that are most important. If we're taking care of others, we're taking care of ourselves, it can show up. So yeah, make sure you're doing self-care. That says love your body. There is endings come, but there's also brand new beginnings. You're starting a brand new journey. Whether you're working for yourself, whether you're having like a new family, whether you're moving, there are some brand new beginnings happening. It's not about its niggles. Of course, you're going to have them, but they could be easily ironed out. But it's a big time for you, Cancers. Hello, Leo. How are you? So, Leo, like the air signs, you're really going to benefit from this because this is in your 11th, this is in your 3rd house, sorry. And yeah, this is a time where you're going to be communicating a lot, having fun, meeting new people, new friends, networking. Some of you may decide you want to start up a blog or do something within the media, a lot of writing. Some of you could be teaching as well, doing like short distance travel. You could be, I can just actually imagine Leo's. How can I imagine? Yeah, I can imagine Leo's going to like, not necessarily posh places, but places that are just very quite exotic, even though that's more long distance. But you know, especially in London, you could find a lot of hidden gems. You could also decide, some of you could also be making new contacts with people who are very different to you. And also finding peace within your neighborhood or your neighbors, and finding peace with your siblings. If there's like any drama that you're having, the peace can prevail, as they say. But yeah, it's like Gemini, it's a great time for you, Leos. You're gonna be very busy, very active. You could also find that your mind may be switched on, that it can be hard to turn off. So it's not even necessarily having the downtime, but just having that time just to relax may be a bit hard. And that's only due to the excitement that's going to be happening. So the card that you have is you have support. Wow. So you're going to have a lot of support during this. This card is very supportive. I feel that if you are making any business contacts, or if you are ironing out any issues you have with your siblings or with your neighbors or even your friends, or even anything to do with contracts as well, you have a lot of support. I feel a lot of Leos will get some gains as well. Again, like I said, this is great if you're going to do anything, if you're looking to start like a small business for yourself. I think it'll be very much a supportive time. It's like how you communicate is going to be very, what's the word, very persuasive. Some of you Leos may be a bit more charming in how you're communicating, and you know, charm really does go a long way. But really tap into any creativity that you guys feel that you have, because you can let's say you have a lot of support. I feel a lot of you may get a lot more followers on social media. You can get a lot more just more exciting things happening for you, Leos. Okay, so it'll be very exciting to hear how that goes. Hello, Virgo. How are you? So, Virgo, this solar eclipse is in your second house. Okay, like Pisces, like a money thing that's going on. Yeah, money, money, money. This is how you're spending and buying, and it could be selling as well. But this is to do with your self-worth. Sometimes when we have eclipses in like the money houses, we could either, it could be a case of like you win some, you lose some. But when I say that, some money may come to you, or you could lose money. But it depends on how much you're spending. It depends on your saving. It depends on how you're treating money. The second house is about how, it's like, it's the self-worth. It's about how you're treating yourself too. It's about what you're eating. So some Virgos may be very over generous, may come into money and just spend, yeah, and buying like the best food, and going shopping and being over generous, yeah, and thinking, oh, it's just tomorrow's another day, I don't need to. Some of you Virgos might be very cautious. You might be thinking, no, I've overspent, so I need to like really rein it in. I need to invest. I need to, I don't know, I keep coming up with this like changing bank. I need to, watching what I'm eating. I need to, think about the future more. If I'm gonna spend, I'm not gonna be too tight with my money, because there are things that I actually need for my future. Okay? So yeah, we look at your money very differently now. And and I feel that the second house is about investments as well. So I feel you may make big investments in, and it could be anything. It could be you investing in your health. It could be you investing in clothes, what you're wearing. I feel that a lot of you are going to be making some investments. Okay? I couldn't really tell you what it is. But of course, anything that is to boost your self-esteem is all good. But it's more to do, this is more than the material side. So look at it like that. So the card that you have, Virgo, is Access Clear Thinking. It's number 1 card, which in the tarot is the Magician. So it's like clearing your head, clearing your space. Some of you may be in your head a lot. You may be worrying if you haven't got enough. You may be worrying that you have more than enough. It's about clearing out the cobblers, clearing out your space. Like again, I said, this is about the second house is about the food that you're eating. So you may want to look at that, because you know what you're eating does affect you. You're a health sign anyway, Doctor of the Zodiac. So this is your thing. But yes, access clear thinking in all forms when it comes to how you're spending money, how you view money, how you're thinking. If you don't have enough, that means you're less than. Don't really watch too much people, Virgos. Really just watch yourself. Even if someone has got more than you, doesn't mean that they're better off. And yeah, I think a lot of you are getting down to business. Getting down. I wouldn't be surprised if you see a lot of Virgos are, masquerading on the down low of, doing some type of business deals as well. But yeah, it's a very productive solar eclipse for a lot of you. Hello, my Libra. So Libra, you're the star of the show. This is in your first house. Okay. The 1st to the 7th house. So again, like what I said to Aries, this is going to affect you big time with your work, your creativity, your self-image, your relationships especially. There's going to be big changes that happens here in all areas of your life, especially if your last degree is Libra. There's going to be big changes. I feel some of you may become parents. I feel some of you may change your job. Some of you may get promoted. Some of you may even get demoted. Some of you may move house. Some of you may decide you just want to be alone for a bit. Some of you may get engaged, marriage. Some of you may decide, some of you could be hearing something to do with like the law, courts. Some of you may even be working there. But in all areas of the Libra theme and also the Aries theme, there's going to be changes that's going to be happening. There could be some rapid things coming up for you Librans that could just turn your life around. It's almost like if you're thinking of doing something, it can happen. So I feel that a lot of you should be mindful of be careful what you wish for, because I feel that some of this can happen. I can see some changes happen with it on the home front, like especially if you're going to be new parents, or you're looking to move house, if you're doing any like stocks, bonds. I say that because a lot of Librans tend to be very good business people. There could be new contracts that's going to be signed. It could be someone wants to work with you, collaborate with you, or you are setting up your own business. I feel a lot of things can come quite easily to you guys as well. Like I said before in the beginning, that this is going to affect the Pluto in Libra generation. And also I forgot to say, it will affect the Pluto in Libra generation. So there's going to be major changes happening on the front, not just relationships, Pluto and Libra, but on the whole. Especially when what is it? Especially when the nodes, because when Pluto goes into Aquarius, the nodes will still be in Aries. Okay, then remember, the node will still be in Aries when Pluto goes into Aquarius for good next year, November. Okay, so there's massive changes happening for you guys. So yes, I digress. So yes, there's a lot of I keep saying changes, but there's a lot of new beginnings and there's some endings that's going to be happening for a lot of you Librans. Some of you I feel have anticipated this. Some of you have either wished for it, spoken about this. You've probably spoken to your friends about this. I feel that there's going to be new contacts. There's going to be people that are going to come into your life. There's people that leave your life, new friends. I feel your whole image will change as well. I feel you're gonna find your niche. I feel a lot of you are going to be finding your niche. But yes, it's a big one. So the card you have is Unlock Your Heart. It's about looking deeper in your heart, Libra. There's nothing wrong with... This card is saying there's nothing wrong in helping others, because you're a very helpful sign. I love Librans. Most people that have been in my life, especially relationships, even my partner is a Libra, and they are very selfless. Especially if they love you, they're very selfless. Obviously, it does depend on the month, but they tend to be very, very selfish. If they love you, they'll do anything for you. They'll put other people before themselves. Obviously, it's a general. You've got to look at your other thing that's happening. But they tend to put others before themselves. And this card is saying, look within your own heart. Like, what makes you happy? There's nothing wrong with making others happy, but what makes you happy? Unlock your heart. You could be doing so much for others that you're forgetting about yourself. You could be, doing so much for others that you're forgetting about your health. You're forgetting about how you look. You're forgetting about your wants and needs. So this solar eclipse is like, it's like you're peeling an old layer, and there's something fresh coming through, whether you want it to happen or not. I feel like some people that are watching you, if you're like at work, in the office, Librans, your boss is watching. That's my feeling. There's someone watching you, and they're seeing this whole potential. They're seeing that you are like a natural leader, but you either could be hiding, or you could be, just being that charming self. They could see that you're actually quite selfless and you do things for others, but you also work hard. This card is also saying about work hard on your self-esteem. Don't look for the self-esteem through others. You need to look within, because there's a lot that's going to be pouring out. You're going to look at this eclipse very different, Libra. After this eclipse, you're not going to be the same again. So big things are happening, and once again, I feel that some of you are actually looking forward to it. Things may just seem a bit samey, mundane, But now, like, there's like new gates are opening. So yeah, unlock your heart. Hello, my Scorpios. How are you? So Scorpio, like Taurus, this is like the 6th and 12th house thing that is happening. You are going through a bit of a quiet period, okay? I spoke to Taurus and I spoke about Taurus is not having their last eclipse, which will actually affect you. So in a way, you're a bit of the star of the show. But yes, nevertheless, you are going through this 12th house action. So things are going to be more quiet. Just for a while, a bit more quiet. This is a time of seeking solace, meditation, going within, dreams, sleeping. You may feel quite tired under this eclipse. Again, this is to do with like your 6th house as well. So this is about looking after the mental health, mental, physical, and emotional health. Not pushing yourself too much. Some of you may also feel that you may want to spend some time by yourself or with people, like in a quiet group setting. You could be doing not necessarily sneaky stuff, but just, being around people that are not so loud. You could be making secret connections, secret groups. The 12th house is about hidden things that we don't see. So this is like brothels, shy rooms, and Buddhism, nuns, and so you could be taking that up too. And the fact that Libra is a sign that is pretty, I was going to say eclectic, but it is a sign that likes to be around others. All these like spiritual themes that you could be doing, some of you could be doing, is going to be in group settings. So it's going to be the perfect time. You could actually, again, meet your tribe, people that are aligned with what you're about, aligned with like your type of spirituality, and vice versa. You can merge yourself with like different people that are your people. But again, this is not a time to be pushing yourself, because some of you, this is a time to really look after yourself. You and Tauruses really need to like not try and push too much. So the card that you have, Scorpio, is Break Addiction. The number 5 card, which in the tarot is the Hierophant. So you'll probably, this quiet time that you're having will bring you back to basics. It will, this is a time sort of like grounding. Being honest. If you have, the 12th house is about addictions anyway. So addictions definitely can come up. Okay, and it's not to do, and remember, because Libra is a mental sign, it can come up mentally, and it can come up when you're thinking that you're not being addicted to anything that's, it could be potentially harmful to you. But it's like when it does come, if it comes, it's time to really talk about it within your group, or talk about it with your friend. It's time to like rehash things, not bury things, because the 12th house is quite a deceptive house. It can make you not want to think about anything. It can make you want to just drown within. But this card about breaking addictions, like things have to really come out, and the fact this is a Hierophant card is like going back to basics. So some of you may join like an anonymous center. And it could be alcohol, or it could be any anonymous center, or it could be you. The 12th house is about religion, so some of you could be seeking religion to help you to move forward, because it's not an easy house. The 6th and 12th house are not easy houses. You could feel quite stuck. You could feel quite down, quite depressed. So seeking like spirituality is really good. But breaking addiction doesn't mean necessarily it has to be drink. It could be any type of addiction. It could be sex. It could be addiction to the social media. It could be any type of addiction. But it's about you being honest with it. That's what this 12 has asked you, just to try and be honest as you can. Okay? So quite a powerful time for you, Scorpio. Hello, Sagittarius. So, Sagittarius, you're going to really enjoy this. Like all the fire signs and the air signs. So, this is in your ninth house, your house. Yeah? You can feel like a double whammy. This is a house that is, again, your house. It's about long distance travel, far away places, people. This is to do with publishing and philosophy, learning new languages, courses, the law, okay, courts. Some of you Saggies may decide, some of you actually could, I have a feeling some of you can be judges. Again, like I said with Pluto and Libra, this is going to affect the Pluto in Sagittarius generation. This will affect the Pluto in Sagittarius generation. So if you're born 1995 to 2008, you're going to feel this. It's going to sextile you. It can bless you. This can really and truly bless you. It is not, sorry, it's not your ninth house. It's actually your 11th house. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Your 11th house, which is to do with, I'll think of another sign. I'm so sorry. It's to do with your, friends, groups, associations, and your dreams and goals. Some of you could decide you want to travel. Some of you could decide you want to travel. So I do apologize. But again, it will affect Pluto in Sagittarius generation. You know, guys, I love such generations. So there's going to be changes here. Big changes. This is like the 11th and 5th house happening. So you guys are going to be with new people, you know, new groups, new associations, new goals. You could get lots of gains. A lot of you can be making lots of money through business, through associations, through people that are alike you, that they could be very Venusian, they could be very Libra, they could be very charming. You yourself could be extremely charming. Find yourself more charming more than ever. You can find that themes and people and places come easily to you, Sagittarius. You can be new people coming into your life and old people leaving your life. And it's not to do with because it's an argument. It's just that sometimes these things happen like this. A lot of you Sagittarians can align yourself with people that are very not only uplifting and positive, but like they just got like a different way about them. Like they're just very into like different things. Like if you're, they could be very much into art and, you know, opera, that type of thing. And you may think a bit boring, but once you go there, you might think and people who know people who know people who know people. Okay, so it's a very powerful time for a lot of you Sagittarians, especially if you want to make connections, if you want your goals and dreams to change, if you're looking for inspiration anywhere, you can definitely find it. So the card that you have, Saggies, is relieve anxiety. So some of you may be feeling anxious. I feel that the anxiety, maybe because there's so much going on, you're going to be pulled here, there, and everywhere, making new connections, new friends. And sometimes we can feel that us being excited can lead to anxiety. We may feel that we need to say yes to everything. And if we don't, we're going to miss out. Remember, this is like a long transit. It's going to end in 2025. So I feel that whatever doesn't come to you or it doesn't work out, that's because it wasn't supposed to. Remember, we're dealing with eclipses here. So take a deep breath. Take a deep breath. Again, if something wasn't meant for you or some people weren't meant for you, that's just the way it is. And yeah, and revel in all the goodness that's coming. You know, go for walks. I feel go for walks. There are some people that will be in your life, Saggies, that will be very calm, and I feel that if things are just a bit too crazy and hyped, try and be around the people that are very calm. Because some things may not make sense as well. That's what I'm picking up. Some things may not make sense. They may seem very good to be too good to be true, and they probably are, but it may not make sense as well. So yeah. So relieve anxiety. Hello, my Capricorns. How are you? So, Capricorn, this is in your 10th house. Like, this is going to affect you, especially if you're like last degrees Capricorn. If you're like late January, this will affect you. Like, like Cancer, this is a 10th and 4th house action happening. Instead of going towards the 4th house, you are going towards the 10th. Okay? And this is about your career. A lot of you Capricorns, especially before this eclipse happened, you'll probably, because you're ruled by the 10th house, it's about your career, your social standing, your status, marriage. I don't know. It could definitely be to do with, like, I was gonna say weddings. It could be weddings, but family. Births. Your father figure, bosses, promotions, demotions, that type of thing. Um, but yeah, I feel that some of you Capricorns have made headway already in terms of changing your career. Especially if you're working, if you're like some of you, I don't know if some of you know, but especially during when Pluto went into Capricorn, a lot of agencies, whether you're a teaching agency or a lot of agencies rose up, basically. A lot of agencies rose up. And obviously it's good if you're like trying to earn some money very quickly, it's all good. But what happens with that is that some people, they don't get, there's certain benefits they don't get. So one good thing about that is that you can join as many as you want. Do you know what I mean? But still the benefits doesn't change. And I feel some of you Capricorns have probably changed the job if you're working for an agency. It's not necessary to say that you're going to be working for them for life. It doesn't mean, this is like an example. But if you're working somewhere like temporary, should I say, or like you're a temp, I feel that you just probably change that to do another temp job, but also because you want something else. You want something, something else is coming. This is also, I think, definitely to do with your family. So I think if any of you have a new arrival coming, or there's changes within the family, I feel a lot of you may be definitely working towards that. Like you're earning money because, for your family, but you're earning money because you want to start up your own business. I feel that some of it's happened before this eclipse, and if it hasn't happened, give it like 6 to 12 months. There's gonna be loads of big changes happening there. Whether you're initiating, I can see a lot of you Capricorns actually having your own business. Having your own business. It could be working from home, like Cancers. It could also be you wanted to be your own boss. I don't know what it could be. Creative. It could be, I don't know, conservative. But I feel that you guys are really ready for it. Okay, and this squares you, so it's not gonna be without its niggles. There's still gonna be some drama, but I feel that you can handle it now. And remember, this is until like 2025. These eclipses, so there's a lot. Something's gonna be beginning, something's gonna be ending. But I feel that in a way, that you're like holding the cards to this. No one else is. So whatever you're doing on the side, like to earn money, it's only because something is for something bigger that you're going to be doing yourself. Okay, and some of you definitely can be promoted. Some of you definitely could be earning more money. Some of you definitely could have clashes with bosses. Some of you could definitely probably change home as well, change your whole career, change your image too. Um, but yeah, it does feel like good things will be happening, but it's not without its drama. So the card that you got is Transform Anger. Now the 10th house square, it can bring, like I said, it can be clashes. A clash with a boss, clash with people you work with, a clash with your partner, clash with like a father figure. And it can lead to anger, of course. But I feel that if you are feeling frustrated, if you're feeling like impatient, if you're feeling angry, it's about transforming it. Like, how can you pour all that energy into something tangible? That anger, that emotion that you have that can feel quite negative in a way. There's a way to transform it. Like, if you want to start up something, transform all that to start. Like, it's a case of, I'll show them. I can do this, you know. And don't be afraid to ask for help. Don't be afraid to ask for help, Capricorns, because I feel there's always going to be help for you. Just try and not be so selfish, and try not to think you can do it alone, because you know sometimes two heads are better than one. Maybe talk to a Pisces. Maybe even a Libra might be able to help you. You know, I know that Capricorn and Pisces get on very well. Pisces understand Capricorns very well, so maybe a Pisces can help you. But tap into something that you really enjoy. But once again, I feel that a lot of you will be changing like your whole setup. You know, so when it says transform anger, transform it in a way that can build you up into a positive. Okay. Hello, my Aquarius. How are you? So, Aquarius, this is a big one for you because this is going to be in your ninth house. This is in your ninth house. It's not in Sagittarius, but it's a good one for you. You know, this is a house of philosophy, law, publishing, long distance travel, and you know, I can actually see a lot of you Aquarians going on a voyage for some strange reason. Like, you know, you've packing up your clothes or packing up your suitcase. Especially if you're single, remember, if you're single, but just going on a voyage like of discovery, of meeting new people, refining. Whenever you talk about Libra, you can't talk about Libra without talking about refinement. Just refining yourself. And yeah, I can see a lot of that going on. Learning new language. You know, I'm thinking French. French is a very romantic language. I love the French language, but it's a very romantic language. So you could be doing that. It could be any language. But I feel that this is a time where a lot of you may want to better yourselves. It's not in a snobby way, even though Libras can be snobby. Maybe this is general. There can be a snobby element to them. But I feel that some of you Aquarians might want to refine your mind. Like, I don't know, I just want to meet like different people. And they may have class, they may not have class, but just like refine your mind, because there could be like a bit of roughness, rough edges to you, but you want some smoothness. So that could be going to another country. That could be traveling, taking up a new course of study, surrounding yourself with different types of arty types of people. I don't know, changing course or having a new mentor that can help you. Some of you may even want to be around someone that can like refine your tastes in some strange way. Another theme I'm thinking, even like writing, you may decide you want to take up, you know, that I forgot the course, but that your handwriting, the calligraphy, it's something like that. But it's that course where your handwriting, you can change your handwriting, you can make money from that as well. I think Meghan Markle did that. Duchess Meghan Markle did that. But yeah, that's a good way of like refining something about yourself. But yeah, some of you may take up writing. You could be publishing a book. It could be in another language. It's like the world is really and truly your oyster, Aquarius. Again, like all the fire and air signs, you're gonna really benefit from this. Really and truly benefit from this. Very much an exciting time for you. So the card you've got is Awaken Your Vulnerability, number 3 card, which in the tarot is the Empress card. So the Empress card is very much about taking care of yourself. It's about, I was going to say spirituality in a way, because they're all spiritual. But it's like, you know, really taking care of yourself, having like the nicer things in life. Open up your emotions. This is card saying very much open up your emotions. Open up yourself to different people. Some of you may be thinking you want to, but then when it comes to push, comes to shove, you're not doing it. But open up yourself. You know, some of the people that I feel you're going to meet, they could be bringing like a softer edge to you. That's one of the reasons why I said there might be a bit of a roughness to you guys. And some people are going to come into your life that can be like a softness. So open up to it. Try and open up to it, actually, because you're a very stubborn sign. And yeah, you're going, like I said, you're going on like a discovery, the new discovery. You're discovering new things about yourself. So yes, changes will be good, I feel. Especially if you're traveling, you might go to that exotic place and meeting like different people. They may not be strange, but they may just be very different to you. So that'll be very interesting to hear. What happens, Aquarius? And my patient Pisces, how are you? So Pisces, welcome to your solar eclipse in Aquarius, in Libra. So this is it's an inconjunct to you, yeah. So it's not it's an eighth house thing, like Virgo, eighth and second house. This is very much about your money, very much about your money. So money, so in a way self-worth, but it's more to do with like money you owe others or they owe you. This is about debts, loans, inheritance, okay, death, rebirth. You can definitely be transformed. Your finances, Pisces, can be transformed, okay. And yeah, I feel there's a lot of transformation coming for a lot of you Pisces. Remember, the eighth house is also a house that is, the eighth house is also a house, the scorpionic house. It's very deep and dark and can be quite murky, okay. So there could be some themes and fears that come up, Pisces, for you to work with. It could be a past relationship. It could definitely be to do with your money situation, like you may not feel that you have enough, or you're yeah, it could be like you're not having enough, or you're you know, you got to pay out more, or you know, money comes to you but it's just leaving your hand very quickly, okay. Or you may get a loan could go through, or you may have to pay back a loan, or the tax man you could get some money from the tax man, like a rebate, which is always good, Pisces, okay. um and it's about being very wise with your money, Pisces. But if you are getting like an inheritance, which I'm sure a lot of you will be getting, there might be a lot of work to do, a lot of paperwork, and a lot of, you know, this just can be a lot. Okay, and some of you actually may feel uncomfortable in this house, but you know, it's something that's just the way things are. So yeah, but again, there can be some opportunities that you could make, but I feel that the deeper leanings within, it has to be worked out. You know, if you're like putting off paying off a debt, it's time to do it. If money comes to you and you got to pay off certain things, you just got to do it. Um, if you owe someone again, if someone owes you money, don't be afraid to go for it and say, you know, you owe me money, you need to pay your money back. Okay, this is a house of transformation. This is a house that you can transform yourself. This is a house of, in a way, spirituality. So this is actually great for you to be doing any spiritual work. Not necessarily on the day, of course, but like just tapping into yourself more. Okay, because things can be kept very, very emotional. So the card you got is recognize divine timing. So there might be some synchronicities that come to a lot of you Pisces. Um, I have a feeling that some of you are going to come into the money. I have a feeling that some of you are going to come into money. But sometimes something comes to you because it's not that it's meant to come, but it's like something happened in the past. And it could have been from like the last time this eclipse has happened. Okay? And we're talking like 2 decades ago, 18 years ago, precise. Yeah? So that could have been from then, in the 2000s. Was it 2005 or 2006? It could have been from then, Pisces. So, you know, look back to that. Even some people can come into your life. Some old fears that you have come back. So when it says recognize divine timing, that certain things that come back is because it needs to be worked out. Okay, not being afraid of it, or try not to be afraid of it. But yeah, it's a very spiritual one for you, Pisces. It'll be interesting to hear what happens. So guys, that was your solar eclipse in Libra reading. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Please don't forget to like, share and subscribe. Thank you guys so much for my new subscribers and my subscribers that listen. Thank you for your comments as well. And yeah, I look forward to speaking to you guys when we have the lunar eclipse in Taurus. Once again, guys, thank you. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe. And I'll speak to you soon. Take care. Bye.